Let's watch something gross, shall we?
No.
We got to.
Okay. Don't
James
ask
Carville.
him.
They sort of like they just wheeled this guy out, of
Did
all
you call
the
him Carvel?
Carville.
Are you hungry?
Yeah, exactly. Whatever. James Carville. I already made it clear. That's my thing.
You made it less gross.
Mispronounced. James Carville gets out there and just usually pretty wrong about a lot of stuff. And this is just, I don't know, full on offensive, it seems to me. Here is Carvel responding apparently to AOC's tweet.
Great.
How do you assess the White House handling of the developments there from a politically strategic standpoint?
Incidentally, we should say that they're talking about Cuba. Here we go.
First of all, the whole Caribbean, it seems like between Haiti and Cuba, they're both, huge Cuban population in the United States, and there's a pretty sizable Haitian population. No one thought the Caribbean would be on fire. I think you're doing fine. I don't know what, maybe I don't think they'd take humanitarian aid from us. And it seems like the sanctions we put on them are kind of working because people are getting sick of it. Hopefully, I don't like that government there either. I hope they get rid of it. I mean, I really do. But I don't think there's much appetite for America to have any kind of military presence or anything like that.
Yeah. President Biden used some pretty tough words.
No,
Cuba
pause it, sorry. I mean, no, we're just okay with, we don't want military, that's it. You're saying, Brendan? Yeah. I mean, we don't want troops on the ground. But we're just okay with kind of starving them in order to, I guess, advance one specific agenda. As long as it doesn't look like we're actively taking steps and people aren't fully aware of it, we're okay with causing significant harm to people. And I think it's working really well, though.
It's working really well because we're now in what? How many years has it been? 60 years? How many years have we had these Cuban sanctions going now?
Well, despite the brief respite under Obama, 60 years.
60 years. It's going well. There are people who have lived and almost died like a natural life without the largest trading partner in their hemisphere, allowing goods and services to go there.
And they got to witness this beautiful moment of punctuation in a pandemic where the United States is not just starving them, but we're also essentially blocking essential medical supplies.
And understand what the game here is. The idea is that they don't want they don't want democracy to flourish in Cuba. They want a catastrophic failure by the government so that in the rebuilding process, it will be out of the hands of the people as much as possible so that, and this is the idea, I don't know that they could pull it off, but so that those families that had their businesses or whatever it was that they felt like essentially nationalized, that they will be able to go back, these very wealthy families, and get that stuff back 60 years later. And they know that the chances of them being able to do that if Cuba becomes a democracy are very, very slim.
But we get to say it's a democracy, right? Because that's part of what's the sanitizing of foreign policy by people like Carvel and, even Blinken or whoever's in power, running the West exec foreign policy apparatus under Biden. As long as it doesn't look like we have troops on the ground, we can commit whatever harm that we want. And it's all in the service of capitalism as the United States sees it. So that must be inherently moral.
Is there more? Here we go.
Escaped it.
Right, totally. And I don't like communism. I don't know, any Democrat that I hang around with thinks that communism, totalitarianism is abhorrent. So, and when they say this without any lack of what's going on, it damages the party because people have to answer for this. Why are we sympathetic to Cuba or Venezuela? I have no idea. But I'm not in that parade, I can tell you.
Yeah. Here's something you say.
We
You
know.
I don't know. Maybe because they're human beings.
Yeah, you're not invited.
The reptile parade is like half hour from now.
Yeah, we didn't invite you on, our show because we didn't need a guy who just, to roll out of bed and give his hot takes that are
Speaking
stuck
of
in
his bed,
1986.
Brendan, maybe you can look up his house. I don't know if people have seen James Carville's home, the decor that this guy.
Well, to be fair,
is it so over the top New Orleans?
Mary Magdalene
Yes.
may get a say in it too. She was a Bush administration official or a Cheney. Yeah. Wow.
So there's.
What is that? Right in the middle of right in New Orleans?
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's right in New Orleans, Louisiana though.
Yeah. I love how his marriage,
right on the water. That's nuts.
It's always portrayed as this like Democrat and Republican coming together when they are just identical ideologically, pretty much, right?
Folks, there's more of what you've just saw where that came from. That's if you hit the subscribe and like button. Thank you. Really, thank you.